Hello, we're live on YouTube and Facebook. This is Jim Miller, and you're watching the Bold Leadership Story Show, where we talk about experiences shaping exceptional lives. Today, my guest is Pearl Bonilla. Is it Bonilla or
Hi,
Bonilla?
Bonilla.
Awesome, Bonilla. And I got my Spanish right. All those years in Spanish school.
You did it
Pearl
right.
Bonilla. And Pearl is a busy gal. She has so much going on. It's amazing. She's busier than me, which is pretty hard to do sometimes, I think. Anyway, you're a homeschool mom of three. You built AP window cleaning in 2018 with your fiance. And that's what, 6 years you've been working that business. So congratulations. That is not easy to do. And you've grown a community called The Connect and recently started a video podcast. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
That is
you.
so exciting. I'm so happy for you. How has that been?
Well, you definitely inspired me. I've been able to talk to a lot of podcast hosts, and then I was like, okay, I just had to jump and make the decision, and then
Uh-huh.
everything else flows. People wanted to be on it. I'm able to now talk about my people in my community more and give them more of a space. So it's been so fun.
Excellent. What do you like about it? What drove you to what was the crazy thing in your brain that said, I gotta do this?
I've just met so many inspiring people, and I think you guys are so busy, you're doing so much, and I thought I can just highlight them and have a place to reference back to them.
Okay. All right, awesome. Is it fun? You having a good time?
Yes, I had so much fun. So we have we have some teasers out right now, so we're like laughing behind the scenes. But I also got to make friends with a lot of leaders in the community. So just
Hmm.
to, I just think they all need a special place on the internet, and they've been just great with me.
Oh, that's fantastic. So tell me about your you started your AP window cleaning about 6 years ago. What inspired you to want to do that business?
So my son definitely inspired me because we wanted to just spend more time with him. And,
Okay.
working a 9 to 5 or a swing shift, like just being gone all the time was not in my plan. So starting a business window cleaning was not the ideal plan, but when it happened, all the doors opened. All the opportunities came and we took them. So we started knocking on doors and then we started getting referrals, and that's what just got me into this is a business. We can really help people. There was people that weren't able to clean their own windows, and then they were just sending us so many referrals. Then I got on social media. I had friends from
Uh-huh.
all different types of my life, all
Okay.
eras of my life come. They needed their windows washed, and then it got me out into the community. So it's been a journey, but starting it was just this little dream, and it grew to way more than I could ever imagine.
Oh, that's fantastic. So how was it? How did you what was the like real start? Because you could have started any business. Why did you pick the window cleaning business?
So my fiance Abraham, his mom actually has been cleaning houses for 25 years,
Okay.
and when they don't clean the windows, so we found a little niche, like, because cleaning houses is a lot of work too. She's been very dedicated. She has 6 houses a day, 6 days a week. So we knew what we had to work with,
Uh-huh.
and then we went to social media and we got picked up by a company, and now we're subcontracted. We get to just pick our days and they just send us the houses. But we got that idea. And then, yeah, so social media, we were on YouTube actually, and there was a bunch of couples that were telling their story, how to start a window washing company. And that's how we got inspired. I'm like, we're going to take the pictures, take the reels. I would take video of him giving estimates. I would take pictures with our clients because they were so nice and send us referrals. And it just grew.
Oh, that's fantastic. So yeah, you've got all the experience of a veteran social media marketing expert here too,
Yes, I absolutely
pulling all
love it.
these
I
videos
last year
together.
last year I was able to do social media for wineries, for weddings, events, restaurants, because I just love it. I'm like, you guys need to do it to attract clients to your business.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That's fantastic. You got some great little videos here. I have to have you look at my stuff. Maybe you could
Yes,
help
we
me.
love to help you.
This is cool. So
So
tons
we
of
went
stuff going on. Is this your fiance?
So yeah, that's Abraham in the cover picture, and we were visiting Paul at Sofa Spectrum Furniture.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's
So we attend a
fantastic.
lot of different community events and different groups just to help
Yeah, I see
everybody.
you around all the time.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
like a
I get to run
CBD
into
buzzing
you.
around. Just you're everywhere all at once.
I try, and
So
then I know I miss some of them, and I'm like, oh, I really wanted to go to that event. So I would be at
yeah.
more events if I didn't have the toddlers and the homeschooling
Well,
going on.
that's why you're doing all that, right?
Yes, and so
So you
I
can
always
spend
have to
time with
remember
the
my
kiddos.
why. I'm like, I wanna be a home present mom, and so I built the Connect just to do a once a month meetup with different business owners, but I also go to a lot of different groups during the month.
Uh-huh. Very cool. And creative. Wow. You've got all kinds of fun stuff on here. So very, very fun. What's exciting and new for you?
Well, the podcast is super
Yeah.
new and it's super exciting. I've only done 4 episodes, recorded 4 episodes, so I'm like, the more I do it, the more I'll get more relaxed, I feel.
Yeah.
So
How many have you done so far?
4.
Oh wow.
Only
Okay. That's great. That it took me like I don't know. I don't want to make you feel but it's like it took me probably 20 before I started feeling like somewhat comfortable with it.
Yeah,
But it's good.
well, only
It
bec
gets the adrenaline going, right?
yeah, only because 'cause I've been public speaking for 2 years, so I've been trying to that was, like, the biggest fear, right? It's everyone's biggest fear, so I'm gonna try to do the public first, and that took me about 2 years to feel confident.
Okay. Yeah, well, you're doing great. So this is one of your first video podcasts with Paul Ringel.
So, yeah, he was, I think, my 3rd guest, and, we got to have fun. He's a great guy. He does so much
Uh-huh.
for the community, and this was right before we videotaped right before the gala. So then a week later, or I guess a month later after we videotaped, he won Citizen of the Year, and I got to be there and watch. It's
Uh-huh.
just so inspiring because we have the same mentality. We're like really just want to help anybody, anywhere, with anything.
So you do makeup too? Nails and stuff?
I don't. That's one of the girls in my group, the Connect. She does amazing nails and amazing makeup. So I like them to tag me. They can collaborate because I do use them personally. So those are my nails. I
So
like
this
to
is the
promote
Sexy
people I
Makeup
use.
Nails Beauty Bar.
Yeah. She's my
Yeah, there
go-to
you go.
girl.
Very fun.
So we do we go to the Temecula Chamber meetings. I really like we were just at Pachanga for the Women's Health Expo. We were there for the gala, for the chamber gala. It's
Uh-huh.
just getting out there any way we can, but it's fun. Like I have fun doing it.
Well, you know what? That's really my reason too. Is like the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because I want to have fun with it. You know, it's just like why else do it? It's it's but it's fun meeting people. It's fun getting out in the community. It's fun because this is like for me, it's my community service. So I'm trying to attempting to help local business owners to get a little more visibility and
Yeah,
yeah, have some fun with it.
you're
And
doing
you're
great too.
doing your show though. You have more. I don't know what's the word. You're doing them at the face to face live. Are you doing them live?
Not live, but definitely face to face. I'm like, I need to be in the same room. Like that conversation is usually different, and we have more fun. So right now,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna be at the Temecula Entrepreneur Resource Center soon.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we'll be videotaping out of there. And then we'll be looking for sponsorships soon so we can videotape out of their business and highlight and showcase them and attract new customers.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm so proud of you. You're
Thank
doing
you.
great.
Well, the
Yeah.
local gist has been helping me. She's been producing and totally doing everything behind the scenes. So I could not do it without her. That's Jen from the local gist. So definitely check her out too.
So who is that? Does she have a website?
Jen from the local gist. She's a local, she has an Instagram and I tag her in all my teasers. I have like teasers come out.
Okay. So I want to put a banner up. I can put a banner up with her name on it.
Okay.
If how do you spell her name?
Let me put it in the chat.
Okay. So yeah, the local gist.
Yeah, like probably my teeth have sometimes can't say all the words.
Local
Yeah, so
gist.
Jen has been helping me behind the scenes and we're just trying to she also helps promote local businesses.
Yeah, can you see that there?
Yes. She
So
does social
that's your
media
friend who's
and
helping you with your behind the scenes stuff.
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yes.
awesome.
That was, like, a hard part, like, I thought about doing it, I'm like, I can't with the technology, my phone's full all the time, like, now I have too much content, like, I have too much to post and not enough room to do it.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's a good problem to have because
Mhm.
and congratulations too for you know realizing that because a lot of people use that as an excuse for not getting started. Say, well, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but you're just going for it, and I applaud you. You're this. It takes a lot to kind of step out like that and just get the stuff going. So building that momentum. That is leadership. That's bold leadership right there, baby.
Bold. I know, I
Bold
didn't think I would
leadership.
have the story. Yeah, I mean, I had to do something, right? And I have the group, and I wanted to give them a higher platform. I want to give everyone more authority because I've seen them grow, but you kind of need that other thing. And no one told me like it's time, it's time, it's time. So I feel like if I give them that little push or that stage, they can eventually decide when time it is. But I'm like, I'm here to give you the platform. So they gotta jump.
Right. Yeah. I just put up is this the right Instagram account?
Yes,
That's
yes.
that's your Instagram account. So
Yeah.
go check out Pearl Bonilla. And let's see, what else you got going on?
Well, tomorrow we're actually having an event for the Connect. So once a month we have business mixers, and it's going to
Mhm.
be at Sheer Expression Salon off Cal Oaks, Marietta, and it's going to be
Okay.
it's going to be 6 to 8 p.m. So you can come network with local business owners. We usually have about 40 business owners come, and we give everyone a chance to introduce themselves to the group and you get to collaborate, take pictures, mingle. We always get ideas on how people can collaborate and grow. I love it. It's my favorite day of the month. So hopefully you guys can come out
Yeah, what time's that gonna be at?
6 to 8 p.m. in Marietta.
Okay. So I'll put that down. Yeah, here we go.
Thank you.
6 to 8 p.m. in Marietta at the Sheer Expression Salon.
Yes, so I'm collaborating with Wendy. She is the owner of Innovative Beauty Designs. She's my
Mhm.
SD bestie. She's an esthetician in that salon,
The
and
Esty Bestie.
she's been with me for 2 years. She came to my very first meeting of the Connect, and she's been helping me along the way. So I'm so excited to give back and help her. And we've had one event there before, and it was great. Everyone got to check out her salon, check out her area. She got a ton of referrals after that. So it's a really good idea to bring people to you. So So I'm
Mm.
like, you're in a salon, like great, like let's bring people there so now they can find you and they don't have an excuse, like they can't find you. And then we'll give them some food and some drinks and it's a good time.
Oh, that's cool. That's a great way to go. Yeah. So, Pearl, tell me a little bit about you. You have this vivacious energy, just just like you have this um, wonderfulness about you that you're approachable and you're fun and you're energetic. How did you develop that? Have you
Well,
always been that way?
actually, I worked really hard on not being shy. In high
So
school, I
you
was
you were
pretty
shy
shy.
at one time?
Everyone's
I
like, "You
don't.
were shy." Yeah, I
Sorry,
was
I don't
pretty
see that.
shy.
Wait, how did you overcome your shyness?
I joined cheerleading.
Okay.
So I was a cheerleader, and then I joined ASB in high school also. So those two together totally got me at
So
least
I'm
talking in
sorry. What
front
is
of bigger
ASB?
crowds. What was that?
What is ASB?
Oh, in school they have associated student body, so it's basically like the government of the school.
Okay. Did you
So
run
like
for an
student
office?
council, yeah, like so we do all the dances, all the pep rallies, all the activities, really all the activities at school from. And then I was in cheerleading, so I did the football games on top of halftime games, on top of
Okay.
decorating for everything. So that taught me a lot of leadership. I got to go to Disneyland once a year, and we did like it was called CATA, and it was a
Uh-huh.
big leadership event with all the schools everywhere. So I would make friends with different people in different schools already in high
Oh, that's a
school.
great way to go. Yeah.
And then you get all these ideas like for different dances and stuff. So I started
Mhm.
there and then definitely started working out of high school. Actually, I started at Pachanga and they have a lot of leadership trainings available and I took advantage of everything.
Mhm.
I moved up a lot in there and I was there for about 7 years. So
At
just
Pachanga?
always I was always trying to well, like, work was, like, the main focus, right, like, after high school, and then I didn't go to college straight away. I was like, "I'm gonna work, move my way up," and thought that was just gonna be the game plan, but I ended up falling in love, moving out of state, like, all the things, having a baby, then
Where'd you
starting a
move
whole
to? What state did you go to?
I went to Louisiana.
Oh, how long were you there?
I was there for 7 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You don't look that old.
I Thank
That you
you.
could have all this experience. But
So yeah, I'm 38. I'm
okay.
actually supposed to have my 20-year reunion soon for high school.
Wow.
So
So
I packed in a lot of things in 20 years, which I didn't really realize I was doing till this year, till like now all these things are coming together. And I'm like, wow, I did that stuff back then, like learning about the chambers and like all these groups and all the Rotary, like all the things that they're doing. I'm like, I could do that. So I started the Connect, but also I know people are shy and I know people are scared and worried. So I like to be that comfort for them. I'm like, okay, like I'll talk to you and I could listen and then I could give some feedback because I have been through a lot of stuff. So I'm able
mhm.
to empathize and then like give them some advice if they want it. But I mean, I have had a lot of bad things happen in my life. Like, so I'm like, we're here. We have to make the best of it. I've always just trying to be that light for other people because I know how hard it is.
Yeah. So when you were in Louisiana, what was that experience like? What did you
Well, that
like most about that?
what I loved about it were the people, the food. The food is so good.
Oh, the food. What was
Crawfish,
your favorite food? Because they have some really unique different things there, especially in
crawfish.
the French.
They would make it in the
Yeah.
backyard. Just make it.
Uh-huh.
We just put a pot and we make it and gumbo. Um, Jumbo, or they have etouffee. Oh no, I think it was crawfish. Etouffee is my favorite. It was so good.
Etouffee and the what are they? The put what are they called? Those little like donuts that they
So,
have.
oh gosh, I was just looking at that today. Now I'm not gonna remember.
Yeah, I'll
But
think of it. I remember Emerald Lagasse talking about those.
yeah,
The
yeah, there's a
Bam
lot
Chef.
of
Remember that?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
used to watch him with my grandpa.
Yeah, fun stuff. And then, so the food and what else did you like? Did you get outside at all? What was the countryside like there?
I would visit New Orleans. So they say New Orleans, it's not New Orleans.
New Orleans,
Everything
okay.
had an
New
accent.
Orleans.
Everyone had an accent. I had to learn how to talk different. I had to learn the lingo. It was just it's a whole different world. The
When you go
weather
there, do you
was
kind of revert back into that
yeah, I
way
have
of
to think about it like how like I'd be like Louisiana,
talking?
Lafayette. Like, they have a certain way of talking, and I'm a California girl. Like they could spot me. I could not say anything right, so they can spot me out a mile away. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I'm from California. Please teach me your ways because it was different. But Mardi Gras was fun, and then I had my son out there, so I got to take him to little
Uh-huh.
local parades. We were more near. We were like 2 hours from New Orleans, so I was on the outskirts, and I made like a lot of friends with my neighbors. Everyone was really nice. I was just like a home mom, so I didn't use my talents as much, and I didn't really realize my talents were speaking and encouraging and talking, and I was just home with my kid, and our life it turned. It wasn't as fun as exciting as it is now. So I ended up leaving, had to leave a lot, leave really everything.
It's a
And
little
then I
slower
came
pace
back.
there.
I had to leave everything and start a whole new life.
Very good.
But that's how I know like everyone's gonna get through. You're gonna get through it. Like if you start over tomorrow, you're gonna get through it. I already know.
And we just got a shout out from Dennis Numella from China. Dennis says,
Woo.
hey. So, hey, Dennis.
Hi.
Dennis is a Temecula. Dennis has spoken at a TEDx here in Temecula in the past.
Oh,
So
wow. I'm
he
excited
knows.
for the TEDx.
Yeah, now he's in China. He's an amazing man.
That's awesome. What's
Good
going
guy
on
to
in China?
know. Yeah, yeah. So you learned a lot in Louisiana, and what were some of the lessons that you learned while you were there? Can you
Well,
share some of that?
definitely, so I stood home with my son thinking my place was to be home, and I would be like the local, like I would have the holiday parties because I love to gather, I love to create community, and so I'd be like, okay, Halloween party at my house, like Easter at my house because I didn't have any family around, and now that I think about it, I'm like I did use my gifts when I could, but it was always in a different, so it was just like a party scene. It wasn't like encouraging as much as leadership or being in those different areas of like business owner groups. So I was
Mhm.
always for the kids, which it was great. Like the kids had a great time, but my I had to really like talk to myself like in my heart. Like I knew I didn't like to be away from family. I didn't like to be away from my friends. And my kid was growing up not knowing his family. So
Mm.
I took a big jump and like followed my heart and came back because we need to be around community. As much as we think we can do it alone, I thought I could do it alone. I could work, I could or be home and just do what I have to do here. It wasn't fulfilling. I was like
Mhm.
missing something that I couldn't explain, and I was just like, and it wasn't so much my family and friends that were here, but it's that sense of community of people really caring for you. So I
Mhm.
came back right before 2020. So got to start the window cleaning business, but it didn't really take off yet because then the whole world shut down. We had to like just wait for things to open up, and we just like kept trolling. Like we just have to keep going,
Yeah.
basically.
So that's part of the challenge, huh? Just keeping things moving and just having faith that it'll work
Because I'm
out.
like, there'll be one thing after another, and people would, they're like, "Oh, you're so happy," or "You're so that." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's because I know greater things will come. It's not gonna. We can't just be like, oh, like woe's me in this moment, like all day. Like you can do it
Mhm.
for a second and then you move on. Like, okay, what I like to find solutions. I'm like, hey, well, how do we fix this problem?
Great. Now that's a how did you develop that habit or that mentality?
Probably just having to be the leader. I was the
Right? What's
oldest
the
sister.
alternative?
I'm the oldest sister of 4. Now that I have kids, I think about like, "Oh, wow, I took care of my brothers and
Okay.
sisters
Yeah. You
just
had to
out of
take on some leadership there.
yeah, like, they're
I
my
guess you didn't have
family."
to, but you did because that's who you are.
Yeah, I knew at a young age I had to decide, like, yeah, I could treat them bad, like, they're not my kids, but how is that gonna shape their life and then, like, our relationship when they're older? I wanted to be close to my brothers and my sister, so I
Mhm.
just did what I could. I moved out at 18. I'm like, "Hey, this is your guys' house now," because they're kids. They just messed up my stuff and got in my room, but I'm like, "It's fine. It's a short time." I've always known things just are short amount of times, like everything's a season and then it's
Mhm.
over and then when I'm like, I miss, seeing my brothers all the time. So right now I have the kids fighting and they're like all bickering and I'm like, "You guys are gonna miss this."
Right. Yeah. So you moved from Louisiana back to Temecula, right?
Yes.
And when was it that you met your fiance?
I met him in 2018. I met him earlier
Okay.
like that year and then we got together, we started a business. We had well, actually my grandpa had passed away and then that's where I was because they were helping me with my son and I was like we had to make a decision really because I was like I don't want to be at I could be at work 8 hours a day, but there was a lot of jobs that were 12-hour shifts and I just could not see that happening and he's like, "No, we're gonna go to work. We can." He also said we can clean office buildings at night, and he's like, "We can take my son's Jax. You can take him with us." He said he used to go with his mom and clean office buildings when he was little, and I was like, so he was the first person to give me a solution to my problem, and I just was mind blown and I'm like okay so I went knocking on doors with him to get the
Yeah.
window washing clients and we would take my son and he would carry my cart around and I would take pictures of him while Abraham is cleaning and then my son would get tips from the people and they
Yeah.
loved him.
Oh, that's
He would be
cool.
like on my phone with his little toys and they were like he's so good and they give him a tip. So we kept bringing him. I'm like you're coming on all the jobs.
Little tip magnet. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun. So, how old is he now?
He's 10, he'll be 11 in June.
Okay. Ah, great age.
So for 6 years, he's watched us, and then we have 2 other little ones, a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they've been watching us. They're like, "Oh, where's daddy clean windows?" Like, they already know the schedule, so I can't wait to get them all washing windows. We can
It's
pull
a
out,
family
like, 10
business.
houses a day.
All right, cool. So you guys are like seems like you're getting focused and you've got a routine now and you're moving ahead. Things are going well. And what's next for you?
Well, I would really like to do a workshop and help other people either network, brand use that's where I'm stuck. I could either do branding, like how people brand themselves to attract business, or
Hmm.
networking. A lot of people need help networking, but building community. So I really want to do a workshop to help more people have more of an event style and like more hands on
Hmm.
workshop. So that way I can like find the solution to their problem right there.
Yeah. So what do you say? What would you say if you were asked to talk about your gifts? What would you say that your best gifts are?
So, this year I've totally seen my encouragement gift just bloom. I did not even know it was a gift. And the more I do it, I'm like, no, it is a gift because I can see people like their eyes switch. Like when you just give them a little solution or just a little bit of hope. And I'm like, yes, like, because I have a story. I always have a story that I've pulled through something and they're like, okay, because they need that encouragement. Because like the leadership, I didn't think I was like the best leader. I've always just done it when other people haven't. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it
You
when other
step up.
like yeah, I guess I was like, I'll step up. I have no problem stepping up. But I've always figured everyone knew more than me. So I think that's a gift going first because a lot of people don't want to do it. And I'm like, I know you know what to say and you have way more education, way more knowledge than me, way more resources, but they'll be stuck in their head. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go first. And I always like, oh, probably bomb. But everyone's like, you're great, you're amazing. I'm like, I don't know what I said. I'll get nervous and I go blank too. But once I go, then they're like, okay, I could do this. And then they go because I'm like, I'm not that great, but I just do it. I just go. I just
Like the spark. It's like boom.
ignite the fire. Yeah, I'll go
Ignite the
first.
fire. Oh, that's great. Well, that's an amazing gift. And yes, it's fun when you recognize that about yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I was upset that I didn't recognize it for so long. I mean, I love to have friends and encourage them, but I think totally it's different as a business owner and like having these mindsets of leadership because you are a leader in the community and you have an ability to help so many people if you really, really look into it. So I've been able to just be like, okay, I can encourage this person or send them a referral because that's a lot of encouragement. And they're just so happy. They just their whole mindset switches. I can see their attitude about their business switch, their mindset on themselves. And I'm like, okay, we got this. Just keep going.
Awesome. What would you say was the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome?
Technology. Technology.
Okay.
I, if I can
That's
work an
it's like
email,
you
I
hate
would
it,
be
you love it, and you hate it at the same time, right?
yeah, I know. I love social media. I love the pictures. I love it's the behind the scenes stuff. I'm like CRMs and emailing and so I've tried to keep it really basic and easy so people can find me. I'm like, I only use Instagram. You have to find me there. And really people have to come find me in my events, which I love too, because I want people there who want to promote their business. I want
Mm,
people there who are excited to help other people. Like I don't want people there to be like, I didn't get a referral and I'm never coming again. And I'm like, okay, you have to put in your time and effort. You don't just come in getting referrals, but it's such a great place to be because you'll be top of mind the next time someone's out and about and needs your service.
mhm. That's a great way to see the world, I think. Um, you have value. One of the things that I've learned about myself is that, it's like what is my value and where can I apply that value? And I was in corporate for a long time, and it's a different world. Whereas
Yeah.
being in a community like we are, I think it's kind of more intimidating, but it's also more fun because you can be yourself here. In fact,
Mhm.
it's necessary to be yourself here versus when I was in corporate, I was like this corporate thing that really wasn't me because I was
Yeah.
supporting the brand, right? So it's taking that idea and expanding on it, and knowing really what your gifts are and your value. And I think you're doing a great job of pulling that together and in the spirit of helping others, right? It's great.
Thank you. Thank you. I know I love to run into you at all the events. I'm glad there's more leadership events going on than just business networking. So it's going to be a good year.
Yeah. What kind of events do you like best?
Well, the Connect's pretty fun.
Okay.
So, I like
What is
business
what is the
networking.
connect? Tell me about that. What is that exactly?
Well, the Connect is,
That's your community, right?
my community.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
So
like to encourage other
tell me
business
about
owners.
that.
We like to encourage other business owners by giving resources or connecting them to another business that they need to grow.
So how do you help them with the connect?
So usually they come in, most people already are established. Some people are newer, so they'll need help with marketing or something. And then a lot of people want to do vendor events, so I'll connect them to people who are already having vendor events. They could plug in there. It's just
Mhm.
really anything they need help with, I can help. We like to do grand openings for people if they want to have a little party and celebrate their new business. But there's so many. I love the chamber events. And I go to multiple chamber events, so I'm not just to Temecula. I go to Marietta and Wildemar and Paris. There's a lot of good people out there doing so many things.
Mm. What do you see for your podcast? Where do you wanna take that?
So because I started listening to them more, I really want to interview like Ed Milet, John Maxwell, Amy Porter. There's like Jasmine Star, like all the people I follow. I'm like, I'm going to get really good at this so I can interview them one day. But
Oh,
because
good.
for me now, it's the keep going and like the scaling up. Like I really came out to scale our window cleaning business and hire people and do all that. And then it was really hard to find people who want to work 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. and drive their own car and meet up. So I ended up building the Connect, which was great because I was meeting so many people through networking. But I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, how do I need a long form content somewhere, and I thought podcasting would be fun, but I had to do it in person. And I really want 3 or 4 people on the podcast to make it more of a conversation and show them how we network or how the ideas spark and how we can show them like, oh, you need to talk to this person or this person. Like it's always in the conversation. You can't like plan that stuff.
Right.
So that's
Kinda
like my
like,
goal.
maybe like the show, like, what is it, The View or something on TV, where they're all just talking about current events and things going on and giving their
Yeah.
opinions and having
So I want to
fun.
talk about local events, local communities, and local and social media. I think social media is a huge help for us in this era. I mean, 20 years ago, and I tell people, if we had this 20 years ago, I mean, I could see so many people skyrocketing faster. But you also have to get used to video. Video's been around for 20 years, and I mean, it's still hard to get used to, but you have to
Mm.
do it. You have to just do it because you can get out there, reach more people, and then people share it. You never know. Like that's why I love social media. I'm like, you never know who needs your service. Window washing, you never know. People will post our window washing reels, and then they'll like call me like I didn't know my friend needed a window washing, but she saw the reel, and I'm like, that's why we use social media. We don't have to go ask people, do you need your windows washed? You're just putting it out there, and if they need it, they will come. And especially
Mm.
when you post consistently, they know you like your job, they know you're going to show up on time, they know they can trust you.
Yeah.
So all the things come together, and then when you go to the groups, you get the referrals, and then I post. I always tag them and thank them on social media for the referrals.
What's your secret for posting? Your posts are really fun. How do you get that
Okay,
going?
my
Do
secret,
you do you teach that to
my
somebody?
secret. So I used to do them all myself. Okay. So but then this year, I found an app called CapCut. A friend showed me CapCut, and I all now because of AI, because it just happened because of AI. Now they have their own technology. It's called AutoCut. You literally pick your pictures, and it does it for you. I'm not even. I'm like, this is a
Wow.
big secret. I'm not even
Yeah.
doing them anymore.
Don't tell
I
anybody.
But I'm like, I used to have to put in every single video and then like shorten it or long. Oh my gosh. And then pick the music, then do the transitions in between. I did all that for years, and now it's just auto. So I'm glad I kept doing it because what used to take me 2 hours to do takes me 10 minutes to do. But now
Mm.
I could charge more now because now it has way more features, way more stuff than it did 2 years ago. There
Yeah,
was
it's
like no
good to stay
features.
on top of that stuff because that technology change won't that aspect won't change. It'll just keep getting easier and
Better.
easier to
It's
do more
getting
and more
yeah,
stuff. So you got to stay on top of it so you can keep ahead of the competition because it's easier for new people to get into it and do what you used to do 2 years ago. But now you got to, you got to be a little better,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, well,
And
because
so,
people didn't even want to learn and well, now, like, you don't even have to learn now. Now everything
yeah.
has AI. Facebook and Instagram have AI now. You can literally I go in there and I'm like, "I need a post for an event, Friday," and then it just makes a post for you. So, there's a lot of excuses cut out, which I love. I'm like, if you don't because people just don't like it. If you don't wanna be on social media, then you can't no one can make you. But if you use it to
Mhm.
your advantage, I like to use it for my business and attract people, then it works. It totally works. In the beginning, we were on Thumbtack. It's a different app that was for house maintenance or anything really for the house. And that's
Okay.
how we got found by a company. So we went from knocking on doors to now this company just gives us a list when we give them our schedule. And we clean brand new homes, mobile, like move in ready homes. Abraham cleans the homes that are for what are they called? When you're checking out the homes. My
Oh, an
gosh.
appraisal, something like that.
No, but we work with a lot of realtors. That was like a really like my first goal. But when we found this company that subcontracted, we just go to the brand new homes and the new construction. So now we don't have to move furniture. Like in the beginning, we're moving furniture, moving blinds and stuff. Now we're just in and out, in and out. They're just
Okay.
maintaining
Wow.
it.
That's a good niche.
Yeah. So and that would have never happened if we didn't keep going. So I was like, I can't be cleaning other people's houses. It's hard to schedule. It's hard to schedule houses 6 days a week. So yeah, if we weren't on social media, if we weren't sharing our pictures, and all I did was those time lapse videos, like washing windows. It was all
Yeah,
time
like
lapse.
when we showed at the beginning.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was
That's
cool.
all I did in the beginning because I didn't know what to do. I was like, "What?" And then someone was like, "Oh, I love on YouTube. I love to watch people clean." And I said, "What? People watch? People like
Yeah,
to
it's like
watch?"
Fritz fiction. You're just like, because it's like a feel good. Because when something's clean, it's like, oh, that's nice. It's a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
So
So now I love it. Yeah, because you can tell on the windows when they're dirty, and then when they're clean, they're all sparkly. So people love it, and I love it too because we're not really gypping anyone. We take our before pictures on every house. We take our after pictures so they can see the difference, but they really always can. They can come in the house and it's brighter, it feels cleaner, and
mhm.
it's just
I love watching like when I've washed windows before. You do this squeegee going across, and it's like this like wet mess with the soap, and then you just completely clean it in one swipe, and then you go around like this cool circular or serpentine pattern on the window and go all the
yeah.
way down, and no
I'm
mess,
not
no
that
fuss, just clean, and
yeah.
it's fun to watch that.
So I found out and I kept going. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna post all those videos." And now
Very
Abraham
cool.
goes alone, so he's literally I used to videotape him doing it, but now he's just videotaping and washing. Like we're
Okay,
just doing it all now.
good for him. That's fun. So I have I have one more question for you. This is a question that I ask everybody on the show, and it's this. You ready for the last question?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. It's taking a look at your whole life. What was the boldest leadership story or the boldest leadership decision that you've made, and what were the consequences?
Hmm. Consequences. I want to say building the connect was my boldest move because I didn't want to do it. I was just meeting up with friends at office. We had an office in Marietta and it was like 5 people, 10 people, and other people were hosting it. I was like, I have kids. I don't want to like flake. I don't want to. And then finally, one girl couldn't do it. And then they're like, Pearl, do you want to host it? And I'm like, okay, but like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. And I did not know what I was doing. I was on
Okay.
I was honest. I'm like, I just know people need this. I know they needed the community, the networking, and the knowledge. And I was like willing to bring outside resources. I'm like, this girl's helped me. Come talk to my group. Like this girl's helped me. But I didn't want people to think I was copying them. I didn't want people to think I was trying to make money off of them. Like there was just like a lot of things that come with that step. I had other people help me in the beginning, but then they got busy with their jobs and their businesses grew, which I'm happy for them, but then they don't come as often. So there's just like I wanted to build this community where we're all together like all the years, right? But that doesn't happen. People grow, people change, and so it's been hard. It felt lonely after the first year
Mhm.
when people kind of fell off, but then I just kept going. The consistency. I'm like, hey, once a month, like this is it. I put it out there on social media, and I've always gotten great attendance. And then they just keep getting better. The people keep getting better. They're more I don't know, like they're more inspiring, but they're just different. They're I guess they can see the leadership more because well before it was like business, but I'm trying to bring in more of that leadership mindset because we know how your business can grow once you have that.
Mm.
And
What is the essence of that leadership mindset in your view?
for me, it's like working off gratitude and abundance. Those are the
Mm.
hardest things to learn. And that was that's what I was working on when I came out to network. And I'm like, how do you have gratitude every day, right? Like how and and people think I'm always happy. It's so easy for you, but no, like something breaks, the water goes out, I don't know, things happen. I have kids, they break stuff all day long. It's easy to get down in the dumps and like just quit. I quit often my cleaning job daily because of the kids, but you have to keep going. I kind of lost my track, but
Oh, that's great. I love what you said there. That gratitude
yeah,
is
okay. I
is
was like, I
what.
lost my train of thought,
Yeah,
but
that really you focus on that, and that helps you stay focused on leadership and your mission. What would you say your purpose is in life?
hmm.
What's your purpose here?
So now I think being a business owner, I want to open more businesses. I want that freedom for everyone. I think it seems really hard to be a business owner. I mean, like I said, 20 years ago, it was really hard. I took classes on opening a business, and everything was harder back then. But now with the internet, everything's so easy. You just have to take those steps and stay consistent. That's
Hmm,
the hardest part. But
consistency.
knowing your why, like I do this for my kids, we do it for our freedom. We get to pick our schedule. It's the biggest blessing, picking our schedule, deciding what, and then if something happens and if we're sick, we can change our schedule because it's our schedule. It feels it's like when you have a job and you have to be somewhere and you can't make it. You feel that in like your gut, like right,
Hmm,
like so when it's you and you know your truth, you know you're honest, it's been so fun. Like being a business owner and all these doors I never knew I wanted opened and I've met the greatest people. So I want that for everyone. I don't want people to think life sucks. I don't think like maybe your circle doesn't fulfill you, but there are people out there that are willing to help you, give you resources, or literally hold your hand. So many people have held my hand for things. They're willing to answer questions. I didn't expect to find that in the community, and it's been great. I can ask questions and they'll help me, and I've been able to grow other communities. I don't know. It's been great. I love it.
oh, bless you for. I'm super happy. We're all lucky and blessed to have you here in our
Oh,
community. Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. You've got such great energy and enthusiasm. It's infectious.
Yeah, that's what I like. I just want everyone to have fun, and we're gonna have fun. If we're gonna work, we're gonna have fun doing it.
There you go. Yeah, why not? Well, thank you, Pearl, for joining me on the show today.
Thank you, Jim. I'm so glad I got to talk to you.
Likewise. Yeah, it was really fun. And we're posting, this is already posted on YouTube, and we've been
Woo.
broadcast live on Facebook. So uh, feel encouraged to take this and content and use it, put it out
Yes.
there. I know you'd be an expert at doing that. So,
Yeah. Get ready for
and
my reel. I'll be collaborating soon.
all right. Awesome. Well, thank
Thank
you
you.
again. And hang on a sec. We'll end the stream. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.